Out of our nation's capital, less than 12 hours ago, the White House announced plans for the president to order every school district in the country to allow transgender students to use the bathroom for the gender they identify with or risk losing federal money. WNCT's Jessica Jewell joins us now live in the studio with details on the latest threat from the federal government.
Yeah, Maria, as you know, we've seen lots of twists and turns in this story, and just the last week, the latest, the Obama administration is expected to issue this order to all schools across the country later this morning. This after dueling lawsuits between the DOJ and North Carolina were filed over HB2 earlier this week, now shows the federal government putting its foot down on the bathroom issue. The letter, signed by DOJ and education officials, is designed to make sure no student faces discrimination. It describes how schools should make changes. That includes installing privacy curtains or allowing students to change in bathroom stalls. Yesterday, White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest addressed HB2.
This is a question of values. And when it comes to fighting for justice and fairness and fighting against discrimination, that's something the president's committed to, and he's made that a priority.
This, a first for our country. The first openly transgender state senator has won a seat here. Democrat Sarah McBride won in Delaware. She just defeated Republican Steve Washington to claim the seat that became vacant after the retirement of the longest-serving legislator in Delaware history. So she joins several other legislators around the country who are openly transgender, but she will be the first transgender state senator.
And advocate for political prisoners and condemn the persecution of women or religious minorities, or people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. We do these things not only because they are the right thing to do, but because ultimately they will make us safer.
This dude is straight faggot, man. Real tough. All these nukes, man.
Another blaring example, drag queen story time. It's happening in Canada and America, where some public schools and libraries invite drag queens, some dressed like horned demons, to read to young children.
Back to this drag queen reading shit, right? How many of y'all would approve of your kids letting the transgender read to your kids in school with their legs wide open? Look at this, y'all. Look at these drag queens, y'all. Look. Look at this shit, y'all. This the shit Obama want young boys to mimic. This shit there. This is what your boy Obama into, y'all. Mooks. With their legs wide open, reading to kids in school. And look at this drag queen here, y'all. Look. And this what your boy look. All drag queens with their legs wide open in front of the kids. Look at this. And this what Obama wants your kids to be exposed to. The first gay president. Indeed, the first gay president was a nigga named Obama. Barack Big Ear Obama. But his ass is in trouble with the Russia hoax. You got some explaining to do, my friend. Well, you ain't my goddamn friend. God damn it. You an enemy. God damn it. That's what you are, a goddamn enemy. Not only to the peoples, but to in the eyes of the Most High. Because you most definitely goes against his word with all this fruitcake shit. Fucking moot.
And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy,
One dad. No matter how good the dad is.
He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And then that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor.
And we also know you was exposed to it when you was a younger man. Here's your nanny, who was a what? That's why you so much into this mook shit. Your nanny exposed you. Your nanny. That's what your nanny said, goddammit. You see? Yeah. Yeah. That little big head rascal. Little big head rascal. Yeah. He been exposed to this shit, y'all, a long time ago, y'all. He been exposed to this shit a long time ago. You understand me? Living in the slums. You see this? So I just wanted to grab some receipts up for y'all. Indonesia. He had a transgender came from Indonesia. You got the facts here. This nigga's a moot. He was born a moot. See that? The motherfucker was born a moot. You understand me? He was a moot. Straight moot. His childhood coming up, he was exposed to this shit. So he trying to have the other young men exposed to what he was exposed to. Y'all see this shit? Indonesia. Oh, that's a stepdaddy right here. Indonesia moot. That's who exposed him to it, y'all. See? Hurt people hurt people. He laughed at my lipstick. That's his mom in the moot. Right there. That's why he holding that picture up. That's Obama mom in the moot. Right there. Understand me?
Valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor
in a nanny
in college.
In a nanny.
At a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line.
Talk about that
Became
nanny
one of my
you had.
favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Right. So that I think is creating that community. I know it's corny, but that's what they need.
Yeah. So you say that you heard that. Now I made sure that I played
the full context of the clip so that people can understand what Obama was saying there. I think the point he was trying to make is that young boys need a diverse group of people around them in order to, have role models and people to kind of look up to and to talk to and to, check them, right? When it comes to things they may say that are ignorant, or to help them feel kindness and empathy, right? In the case of Obama's gay professor, I'm guessing that's what he needed in order to help him out with that. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe his wife now has taken that role that his gay professor used to fill. But again, this comment is going viral because a lot of people are scratching their heads about Obama bringing that up, right? It kind of sounds like he's saying that young boys or boys need gay men in their lives, right? For certain reasons. Now, it's not something that I would have said, right? I would not have framed it the way Obama framed it. But regardless, I think that what he's saying reminds me of why a lot of people do not look back at Obama as fondly as they did when he first got elected, right? Especially when you talk about the black community. Because comments like this, I think, are part of the reason why Obama is not as liked in the black community, because a lot of black folks feel like that Obama was pushing a certain agenda, right? It wasn't necessarily a pro-black agenda. And all of this was kind of done for political reasons, okay? He sold himself as one thing, but then it turns out that he became another thing that a lot of black people had problems with.
For morning to you. Let the controversy begin. Newsweek magazine is making a splash with its new cover. It labels President Obama the first gay president. In the cover story, gay blogger Andrew Sullivan says that the president's decision to support same-sex marriage shouldn't have come as a surprise because if you look at his record, he writes, it was 3 years in the making. Well, the president's new public stance was a huge topic from the Sunday morning pulpit. African-American pastors were a huge base of support for the president when he ran in 2008. Now, some seem torn about it.
People I know, people come up to me are saying that they don't support this, they don't like this, they're disappointed with the president, and they plan to stay home.
You can marry without the church. Right. You can marry without religion and a ritual. Of course, within the context of the faith, we do marry, but it's a civil issue, and you can marry and divorce without the church.
Well, the president's expected to talk more about same-sex marriage today when Ricky Martin hosts an LGBT fundraiser for President Obama.
President Obama said early on when he was running for office and throughout that he was not for gay marriage. He then evolved his position on gay marriage. I said at the time, there's another word for evolving your position. You are lying about your position. You were full of crap to begin with. That opposition to gay marriage was particularly strong in the black church. And so that was one of the reasons that they decided back in 2008 when he was running for office that he would pretend to be against gay marriage. Axelrod is partly saying this to show, hey, all of you that thought that Obama had the wrong position on gay marriage, well, now that the majority of the country is in favor of gay marriage, we feel it is safe enough to tell you he was secretly with you all along. They're trying to take credit for this.
Define marriage. I believe that marriage is the union between a man and a woman. Now, for me as a Christian,
See, but that's why he lied, because of that thunderous applause from that Christian audience. Understand, this is what politicians do. So in his mind, he's thinking, of course I'm for gay marriage, of course. But Pastor Rick Warren and all the Christian audience here was about to give me applause. And now you know he had discussions with his advisors. They debated what kind of lie they would tell. And the lie they settled on was, gay people, please give me your vote. Republicans are worse. And plus, I'll give you civil unions. Christians, please give me your vote because, come on, gay people aren't the same as us straight people, right? We're not going to let them get married. Polling us stronger, and now we're at a point, as I said, that we're in the majority. The majority of Americans believe, and that's part of why Axelrod is coming out now. Oh, yeah, majority, we're with you all the way, yes. Which way did the wind blow? Okay, good, yes, we were on that side, right? If you thought President Obama was a different kind of politician, this is a bit of bad news for you, right? You are a greasy politician who was lying about it for your own political benefit.
Yeah, so that comment from Obama just kind of reminds me of what his legacy actually is. The first gay president, right? This is what the media, this is what people have dubbed him. He's the first gay president.
Facts.
Because that is ultimately his legacy, right? That is who benefited the most from his presidency. And I think comments like that are just Obama kind of, giving a wink and a nod to his legacy, right? As president of the United States, okay? Now he's talking about how, young boys need gay men in their lives in order to be role models and stuff like that. I'm just not sure if that's going to sit well with a certain crowd of people, okay? I'm just saying. Obama here is showing us exactly where his parties really are, right? And what he really believes, okay? And, hey, it is what it is. But Obama is actually getting some backlash from liberals who are upset with some recent comments that he made about the Democrats. Because as we covered, he basically claimed that Democrats need to toughen up, right? They need to step up in the fight instead of boo-hoo, whine, and cry. Now, Whoopi is going to take issue with this. She's really mad at the fact that you have Democrats coming out and saying that Democrats need to not only just fight Trump, but they need to actually lead, okay, in other ways outside of being Trump deranged. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.